This is the Conn Confirmation CAS 811 limited edition 150th anniversary saxophone. Conn has just released this professional saxophone. This is a blend of the golden era American sound rolled tonal saxophones mixed with a modern brand new creation. We are here today to do a bit of an unboxing, general overview, review, and really just show off as many details as we can of the saxophone. So let's jump right in. Let's go kind of to the start of it. So when you get these things, they come in this kind of cloth bag. You take the cloth bag out, and you have this beautiful shaped flight case. This is a very sturdy, very functional, fantastic case. When you look at it, you may think it's soft to the touch, that it has give, but when you press on it, it's extremely sturdy. It's got a great pocket, it's got great handles. On the back side, you have these backpack straps. The backpack straps are fastened with carabiners. You can swap that out for a normal strap if you want. Enough cannot be said about the strap. It is good strappage on this case. So you open up the pocket on the outside, and we get our first look at the warranty paperwork on it. We have this Conn Royal Blue, somewhat an ode to the vintage guides. Not too much going on here, but hey, we'll take what we can get. And so you have this outside pocket. Upon discovery, there are these four little screws inside. When you unscrew them, the pocket is actually fully removable, and then it becomes a seamless flight case a la your Walt Johnson or maybe your BAM. There are a lot of players that require a pocket on the outside, and they want that, while there are other players that want nothing more than it to be as seamless, tight, small, compact as possible. They did it with this case. We've got a removable pocket. It's pretty awesome. Overall, a fantastic case. The latches on the case are strong. The case comes with a couple of case keys. Do we actually need case keys? No, not particularly, but they've given us branding. The keys say CG Con on it, and so that's kind of a nice little thing. Included are a couple extra of these case pocket screws. Here are the case keys. The latches on this case are pretty good. Here we are just exercising them, just figuring out, are these going to pop open? Are these legit? They're great latches. There's nothing to complain about here. The case holds the saxophone very tight inside. It's sandwiched well and supported really fantastic inside. Um, this is a good case. You're not going to want to buy a new case. You're going to use this case. Look at that handle. Here's another look at the carabiners for the stock backpack case strap. Here is our look opening it up. You can see there's this Conn accessory pack inside the bell. There is a wood end plug. This is our first look. Wow, looks awesome. Yeah. The wood end plug is a great touch. It's got the 150th logo on it. Conn logoing on this accessories pack. Here is the end plug. So 150th logoing. There's a little bit of an O-ring on it. So the old Selmers used to use cork, and you'd have to replace that cork. We don't have cork anymore. It's a nice little improvement. Good touch. Some random accessories, a single reed, Conn cork grease. Under the case inside, there is a little secret area that has a custom fit package for the neck and the mouthpiece. Here's your accessories pack. You've got a Conn microfiber cloth, nice branding on it. We've got the Swab the inside of your saxophone, keep it nice and clean. Again, we have some cork grease, mouthpiece ligature cap. The mouthpiece that is included is a USA made Brillhart Evelyn. These mouthpieces came out about a year ago. The brand was brought back. They are hand finished, hand faced. It is a number 7 mouthpiece. I think players who really enjoy these Brillharts are going to like this mouthpiece. Here's some close up details on it. We could have just been given a cheapy stock mouthpiece. So the fact that we're getting a name, brand, decently valuable mouthpiece, hey, we'll take it. Here's some up close action on the tip and rails. Here is the first look at the neck. These necks are incredible pieces. They have tapered neck tenons, which makes a huge difference. Overall, the necks are thick and sturdy in the hands. They are not weak pieces. So let's dive right into this. So these are the Conn confirmations in all their glory. Conn has made a massive move by coming back into the professional retail saxophone world with these horns. These are the Conn Confirmation model CAS 811 in aged brass finish. This saxophone is a revolutionary new saxophone model that was intentionally and thoughtfully designed from the bottom up to the top to be a next level precision operating instrument. This saxophone pushes the boundaries of exactly what we want from a dream, high performance, precision modern saxophone while still pulling inspiration and paying homage to Conn's legendary history and American saxophone sound. These days, and for a very long time, it's extremely rare for any kind of new saxophone model to be released into the retail market. Occasionally, there'll be a limited release of a pre existing model where maybe they change the finish, change the engraving or aesthetic. Sometimes a company will reissue a new revision. They'll call it the II or the III with some minor changes or improvements. Most times, if we hear about a new model, it's really just a repackage of the same Asian made horn that maybe has custom branding, custom logos, custom configuration, but in the end, they're just the identical same horns. So, to get a brand new top level professional saxophone from Conn, one of the most iconic, legendary saxophone producers of all time, that is just incredible. That is just awesome news. Bringing a new professional saxophone to the retail market is no small feat. Over the years, many companies have attempted to do this and fallen flat on their face for a myriad of reasons. It becomes especially hard the moment you introduce any level of American manufacturing into the mix. Just the fact that this saxophone has made it this far and is a real thing out in the wild instantly makes this a smash hit success. This saxophone did not need to exist. No one needed to make this, no one had to produce this. Conn Selmer is the owning parent company of the CG Conn Instrument Company. They have taken it upon themselves to step up to the plate to offer us saxophone lovers a largely USA built, American produced Conn. The majority of this saxophone is produced and built in America. The saxophone does have a blend of some foreign parts. However, the majority of this saxophone is actually produced in the United States, assembled in the United States, and finished in the United States of America. This saxophone does have a blend of some foreign parts. However, the majority of the saxophone, once again, is actually made in America. Conn's owning parent brand, Conn Selmer, also owns the highly successful brand Bach Brass. To this day, Bach is the most legendary brass brand fully producing and manufacturing their Stradivarius trumpets, trombones, and other brass instruments in Elkhart, Indiana by hand. So it only makes sense that Conn Selmer could utilize their Bach in-house manufacturing expertise to help build this saxophone in the USA in a way that has not happened in a very long time. Conn Selmer themselves are being very careful about their statements on what they're claiming or not claiming. Near the serial number, the saxophone is stamped, quote, assembled in the USA from foreign and domestic parts, end quote. That being said, the core of this saxophone and the majority of this saxophone is made from American made Bach brass. The bell, bow, neck, and body tube are all American Bach brass. This horn features true rolled tone holes. Past those items, there are other bits and pieces also being manufactured here in the USA, but Conn Selmer is not being fully specific on those items, what the exact blend of foreign and domestic parts are. For the manufacturer, for the saxophonist, for the entire community, it would be fantastic if Conn was able to advertise and say, this horn is 100% made in the USA. However, in this modern day setting and age, that's just not fully realistic. If we actually want new saxophones coming to fruition, there have to be some compromises somewhere. And that is where the blend of some foreign parts come in. So there are two different sayings. There is made in the USA, there is built in the USA. Made in the USA is a very specific claim that everything is 100% made in the USA. This is where the term built in the USA comes in. Built in the USA products may possibly contain some foreign products, however, the majority is a USA made product. That is exactly the case of what we have here. This saxophone is a built in the USA professional level Conn saxophone, and that's just an incredible thing. We know some sax lovers will quickly scrutinize any utilization of foreign parts. However, it's just not fair to classify this horn as resembling a foreign horn or anything even remotely close. Coming into this whole thing, we were highly skeptical about this saxophone. We were also extremely excited, but we were highly skeptical. There is so much to be excited about, but so much of this could go wrong. There have been so many other brands that have attempted this that have fallen flat on their face. Right off the bat, the performance on this thing is incredible. One single note played on the horn is all it takes, and you simply think to yourself, huh, wow, that's actually amazing, huh, wow, okay. The saxophone has incredible resonance. It cannot be understated. There will be subjective opinions that will vary person to person about the overall horn. However, one thing that just can't be argued is how truly resonant this saxophone is. When you ding the bell, when you touch the brass, even without playing, the metal actually vibrates more than a typical saxophone. The entire horn resonates and vibrates at a level up and beyond most horns will ever even come remotely close to. The saxophone itself plays and speaks extremely well. The horn is loud and proud with an authoritative sound and feel, yet it also is highly nuanced and dynamic. The actual tone in the saxophone leans towards a bassy, fatter, wider, lush, heavy bass sound, yet it's got this added sizzle and treble focus on top that is absolutely perfect. Some horns that are trying to do the American sound become very one note, see in the lower range. This horn does not do that. It's very important to convey that although this horn has that wide, bassy American sound, it is ultra focused and that added sizzle on top. It's such a refined sound and feel. Feels like it's almost been mixed and mastered and it's a refined product. The horn's build quality is extremely strong and sturdy to the touch. So many of the top manufacturers have soft feeling metal that you feel like you could dent with your finger. That is not the case here, it is extremely strong. The horn features true rolled tone holes just like the golden era predecessors you're seeing on the screen right now. The Conn Confirmation isn't just a reissue or nostalgic piece, nor is it a cheap modern horn in disguise. This saxophone is a serious standalone modern professional saxophone that bridges the gap between the deep roots of American saxophone tradition and what the modern saxophonist wants and needs out of a next generation saxophone. We will be keeping one of these horns at the Sax Stable Los Angeles for play testing appointments forever and ever. So if you're in Los Angeles, Southern California, and you want to play this horn, send us a message, stop by, and come blow this thing. Thank you for making it to this point. Please like, subscribe. We will be posting more saxophone content, more Conn confirmation content, and we just appreciate you making it this far in the video.